Hi everyone, this is Sam here from Gamereactor. We're live from Slush Play in Iceland, talking with the CEO of Resolution Games, Tommy Palm. Can you tell us a little bit about Resolution Games and what's currently in the works at the moment?
Yes, so we're a Stockholm-based studio. We're 20 people now. We've been around for a little bit more than a year and a half. We're experimenting a lot with mobile VR games. That's where our passion lies. We have released one real game, so to speak. It's a fishing game called Bait. It's sort of a fishing adventure game set in some fictional island outside coastal Florida, perhaps. And it's for the Samsung Gear VR. It's been downloaded 700,000 times, so it's been quite successful. We released it in March this year.
And what other works are in the future? I think you've on your website you've got a few more other projects that you're showing off.
Yes, so right now we're very excited about a title called Wonderglade that our other team is working on. It's set in an amusement park environment. It's going to be for the upcoming Daydream platform.
And what has been your approach to VR? Because obviously it's a very new platform. What has your particular approach been to it as a studio?
We've been doing a lot of experimentation, a lot of prototyping, and trying to find things that we felt creates a very compelling experience. We want to do very accessible stuff in the way that we think there's already a lot of space shooters. We love space shooters, but we necessarily don't feel that we need to add another space shooter to the category. So we're looking more at things that would work well for people of all ages. From my previous experience with working with mobile games, I think once the games become accessible enough, it's something that everybody can enjoy.
And so what made you choose fishing and sort of amusement parks for these two titles in particular?
Well, the fishing was several different things that came in. One was that we really like fishing, several of us, and had been enjoying it as a hobby. One of my old friends and colleagues had a fishing game idea that he's been brewing on for about 10 years. And of course, in VR, the locomotion problem is something that you need to take into account. If you move around, you get motion sick. So with fishing, you're doing something very exciting, but sitting still at the same time. And it was one of those occasions where you could teleport magically to a beautiful nature environment and just experience something that's very relaxing and at the same time exciting, even if that sounds like a paradox a little bit, but it is.
And what are your thoughts on VR now as a platform, and what do you think the future holds for VR?
Well, I've personally been very interested in VR for a long time. I tried it in '92, I think, one of the first arcade machines, and I thought this is going to be the future of games. And then it took a long time until there actually came out something that's consumer-worthy hardware in the market, and that year is now in 2016. But I still believe this is very early days. This is kind of Nokia Snake days of VR. We'll see a lot of cool experiments, but I think it'll take a while before we have something that is really immersive experience that you can play for a long time. Still, a lot of the headsets are rather clunky. It kind of is a little bit sweaty, and you can't play for very long. But I think that's going to change pretty rapidly. We are in a curve where development just goes faster and faster, and it's really exciting time to be a game developer in.
You've previously worked on mobile games like Candy Crush. How have you used that experience in that field to move it over to VR?
Yeah, I think a lot of that work resulted in opening up the target group a lot for seeing that games can be for much more people than only young men. So I think a lot of lessons that I took away is that once you don't need a ton of instructions in order to have fun. When it's you just put something on and it's very intuitive to understand what you should do, it just becomes a much more sociable experience.
Returning back to Wonderglade, what form of gameplay will that take? Will that be Carnival games, and what could players expect from that?
Yes, so we haven't announced anything there yet, but it's likely to think that there would be something like that in the workings, yes.
And beta is out now, and for what platforms?
Beta is out for Samsung Gear VR, so that's the only platform that's on.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Pleasure talking.